hat a moment?
Oh, you can borrow the hat.
Thanks.
Take your clothes off.
No. This is
Easy now, easy.
poppers on this.
If there's any taking of clothes off, it's going to be handy.
I just want to do a little trick for you. This is a,
No, I remember when I was a musician, which I, in theory, still am, but I don't really.
He's the theoretical.
He used to work for a lot of comics years ago. And I always remember this, that a comic, he wasn't well known, but he was very entertaining. He used to do this a hat, and he'd go, I told you not to walk in a quicksand. Thank you.
That's great.
That's broken now. This is, I've got quite a few experiences in the music profession, not all of them wonderful, but worth recounting, I think. This one's about a guy who had a rather sad experience, but he got over it, and this is called Jewish Gypsy Band. Piano accordionist at Jewish weddings, an expanse of good nature and black curly hair, absent from the music scene, allowing the ubiquitous dancing queen to put his jollity in the shade in some strange gypsy everglade. Now returned to musical duties, he talked as we dined and told me the reason for his lack of presence in the foregoing season. As I stepped down from the stage to visit the tables, my invisible feet avoiding some cables, I took a tumble, felt a terrible crack, broke my hip. That was that, he said. With the piano accordion strapped across me, I had to have the thing cut off. The resulting chord was a terrible thing, completely unmusical, I recall, protesting loudly at the fall. But here I am, back on the job, with help from the union and offers of work. I said, will you still go around the tables? He smiled forlornly, patting my hand, as the rest of the players looked up from their meals, this ageing Jewish gypsy band. The love of ABBA and rising costs sent the Zigeuner into decline. And the last I heard, he was jealously guarding a corner pitch on the Northern Line. Thank you. Thank you very much. Occasionally I like to write nonsense poetry. Well, most of it is, but
Well, that's nonsense, right?
that was nonsense, but that's musical nonsense. This is like just nonsense. And it's only short, it's called Knockney Moor. On Knockney Moor I counted 4, of what I do not know. For the sake of fact, my brain was racked, and I watched a river flow. But where it went, and how, and why, continued still to mystify. And, though I quite enjoyed it there, I go there not anymore. Oh dear, terrible pun. I think I'll come to the famous book now.
It's behind you.
Oh, it's behind me. There's another one. This is the one with the leaves marked out. Now, I think I can feel the ghost, well not the ghost, but he's still alive, Alan Bennett. So if I go to page 18,
It's going to be
he's
there.
in there. No, it's not 18, it's the poem 18. Talk amongst yourselves if you want to.
While he was looking for the poem, I've just restored this chair.
That's good, isn't it? Sorry, yeah, this
Has he
is...
got any pictures?
No pictures of me, no. This is called Waiting for Urination. I'm waiting, just waiting for urination. The time is right, the urge is right, but the train is, as it were, held up outside the station. Young men either side of me continue on their merry way, while this old fellow waits for the off. managing just a nervous cough, imagining trees and cows, porcelain extrusions, fostering old youthful illusions. Thank you very much. Oh, where's the next thing? This is called Mary Can't Make It Thursday. Yeah. Mary can't make it Thursday, but Elsie thinks she can. Mary could make it Friday, but Elsie is minding Dan. Maisie is going away all week, but after that she could come, but Mary and Elsie won't be around. And next week I'll be having Mum. Hetty is available 24/7. A meet-up would do her good. But Mary and Hetty don't hit it off, though Elsie thinks they should. Poppy's prospects are rather lean, but she's keen to make it somehow. But her brother is ailing, his eyesight's failing, but she'll come if time will allow. Terrible news, I've called it off. Jan's coming down with Ron to stay for a month with Jack and Jill, so it's all downhill from now on. Thank you. I'll go to the other. Oh yes, this is another musical one. This is sort of based on the metre of Night Mail by W.H. Auden. I thought I'd have a go with this. Chasing quavers, chasing crotchets, trying to catch them by the handful, Mercury running up and down, arpeggio slicks finale bound, inventing intentions, intending inventions, supertonics turning round, crossing the bar lines, dipping and diving. Here come the scamps, the semiquavers, too quick to be caught and all in a rush. The music master makes sense of madness, musters his notes, avoids a disaster. Distant signals, long-limbed minims, taking their time, living the dream of stretching sound, then a silence, breaking out, a moment's gladness, a bricked-up shout. Anybody come from Reading or anywhere near there at all?
Yeah, I lived there.
You did, or?
No, he lives there now.
Oh, is it actually in Reading, or?
Just by the city centre, yeah.
That's fair enough, because
Yeah,
this one's called On the Other Side of Reading.
On the other side.
On the other side of Reading, people smile insanely, instinctively drive on the right. On the other side of Reading, bollards are welcomed as artistic design icons. On the other side of Reading, roundabouts have too many flowers, in the civic equivalent of bliss, as if in celebration of potential accidents. On the other side of Reading, skies are seldom memorable. Property prices always stable. Estate agents less so. On the other side of Reading, nightmares are considered normal, while magistrates take their own lives. On the other side of Reading, an identity crisis exists where there is no identity. On the other side of Reading, listless fields survive. Cows seem awkwardly placed under towering cranes that beg for development. On the other side of Reading. This is a visit to the doctors in at the deep end. I found my doctor a little remote as he checked my lungs and checked my throat. The trouble was the blinking screen, new guru of the live well scene. It seemed to come between us as he consulted comparison apps. I said I was recently prone to cramps and suffering memory lapse. The screen came in between us as he searched for answers online. And offering me a flu jab, while the search engine ticked, I felt my visit was a step too far into a deep, smooth-sided jar, whose bottom, not unlike my own, was bound to need checking for sediment, without a hint of sentiment. Now the seeds of doubt were sown. Thank you. Pete Townsend was known for theatrical rage, but I fell off the back of the stage. That's how it used to be back then, as a backing musician, sensibly dressed, the audience hardly noticing, and the band leader insufficiently impressed. It is called pissed poetry. This is something I've been working on. Don't get me wrong, I don't like finishing a poem, not like how you finish a song. No, not like that at all. But once it's done, it's for everyone. It's for you. It's not in there, but I threw that in. This is nothing. No, it's your input that counts, what you read into it. Like electricity. You have to be connected to get the buzz. But I promise I've been working on this dislocation. Plenty to ponder. If you contribute in your own way at the end of the day, skies, clouds, rain, it's all out there, rough or fair. Rough or fair, yeah. I see faces, a wave of my hand. I'll rest my case. If it feels good, ride it like surfing. That wave. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to get your reaction. Before I go away, it's up to you. I reckon sometimes nature feels sorry for itself. I do like a drink. Makes you think, maybe, of an ending like this. Yeah. Shall I have a serious one now, Donald?
Yeah.
Do you think a serious one? Let's pretend. This is probably mainly for older people, of which I'm one, obviously.
That's why you said you want a serious one, Donald. Thanks for it. You picked out the only old person in the audience.
I've done the hat joke, so
yeah.
sort of cancels it out. Let's pretend, this is called. Let's pretend we love each other, even if we don't. Let's pretend that pretending is fun, just like that first time we met, when we pretended we couldn't love just anyone. Let's pretend it's new again, our faces lined with sharing age. Pretend that smooth skin is growing again. Let's pretend the world has guessed that what we have is still the best. Let's pretend there's a God in heaven, if it makes us think that he would care. And pretend he knows that we chose wisely, though pretense is the best that we can share. This is called Mind Games. There's a sort of hidden message in this, so it'll probably become fairly obvious quite soon. Oh, I haven't got a drink, have I? No, don't I?
Do you want one?
No, well, no, it's just as a prop. Has anybody got an empty glass?
No, I've got an empty glass.
Just,
Yes.
That'd be fine. Thanks very much. An empty glass.
Drink tonight.
Drink to that.
I told you.
I told you.
I thought I have to do that one.
I told you.
I'll be doing that at every gig now.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Mind games. Right. I mean, my sense of humour is not to everybody's taste, I know, but I just hope that humour might actually bring out some serious issues as well as just taking the proverbial. Do you remember what's his name? Big tall fella, works at that store in Clapham. Can't remember what department. But he had a daughter, I think her name was Judy, or Trudy, something like that. Single mum, I think. Or was that his maid? Not sure of his name, but he used to do fences, Jack something. This big fella, whatever his name was, he used to like a drink, I should say so. A beer man he was. Or it could have been lager. Used to get his fencing from a wood yard in Merton. Summit Brothers, family business. It's a supermarket now. Maybe Tesco's, not sure really. Hard to remember clearly. Anyway, this, what's his name, big fella, beer man, got early onset. Don't like to say it. Devastated his family, especially his wife. Her name began with an S, I think. Not quite sure. I've been meaning to get in touch, but I haven't got their address, and I can't begin to guess. Thank you.